Another day, another box score watching episode. I'm not sure honestly where we are. I'm not gonna check it tonight because it's essentially just a Christmas Day recap. We are here to recap the Christmas games. Was it great? Was it meh? Was it okayish? Yeah, make sure to check out my Orlando video. I talked about them and Paolo and how have they been playing lately. And leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it with the Knicks losing to the Sixers. Well, as we get into this, let's talk about the main points, right? What happened in this game? The Knicks were the superior team, but just slightly during the first 3 quarters of this game. I felt like maybe the second quarter of the game the Sixers were better, but it felt like the Knicks were, slightly better tonight. But in that fourth quarter they completely collapsed. They lost that quarter 16-24, just 16 points scored, and it was just not great. But on the Sixers side, right, as we are here with the Sixers first, they played great. They stayed with it, even though it wasn't pretty to start. They stayed with it, played some solid basketball, made sure to stay close to the Knicks, and then in that fourth quarter they exploded and pretty much blew the Knicks off the floor, even though in the end it was just a 7-point win. It was over with 5 minutes to go, right? They made 23 free throws out of 29 to the Knicks 14 free throws, which is great for them, right? They made 18 threes to the Knicks 12 threes, and on much better efficiency. They shot 46% from the 3-point line, 51% from the field, which is great. And what a game for James Harden, who had 29 points, 4 rebounds, 13 assists, 4 steals, 7 of 16 from the field, 5 of 11 from the 3-point line, 10 of 11 from the free throw line. Even though yesterday it was funny, right? Woj posted the Harden to return to Houston rumors, which is insane. We had quite good memes out of that, right? But I'm not sure what the hell that was to post it on Christmas Day, especially when they were playing like an hour later. But hey, business is business, I guess. Joel Embiid was great himself. He had 35 points, 8 rebounds. They got a huge boost off the bench with Georges Niang, as he has been pretty great this year. He was sniping 16 points, 4 threes, 6 of 11 from the field. And they just gutted it out, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to Shake Milton for that half-court shot to end the first half. And a good win for the Sixers, who continue to roll. As we talk about for the next day, were just worse today. They shot 12 of 32 from the 3-point line, which is not going to cut it. They shot, like I said, basically 11 less free throws, and that fourth quarter was nasty from them. But let's talk about the game overall. Jalen Brunson had 23 points, 11 assists, 10 of 19, but he had to leave the game early. I've not read anything about his injury, so hopefully it's nothing, not major. It's obviously not going to be anything major, but hopefully it doesn't keep him out for much. You got Julius Randle, who was hot to start the game, but, kind of fizzled out later in that second half. He had 35 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He had 25 of those points in the first half. And yeah, that was pretty much it for the Knicks. And like I said, they couldn't shoot. They didn't get basically anything off the bench except for Emmanuel Quickly's minutes. And it was just a recipe for disaster, as it looked like they kind of ran out of gas in that fourth quarter, right? Let's take a look at that fourth quarter as we wrap this game up. Because yeah, they shot 7 of 23 from the field, 1 of 8 from the 3-point line. That's nasty work, right? They made 16 points on 23 shots. Yeah, that's, we're not gonna win like this. But hey, the Knicks on a 3-game losing streak. We'll see when they snap it. Then we head to the least interesting game of the night for me, with the Mavs beating the Lakers at home. The best part of this game for me was the Dirk statue that got revealed. That shit is dope. That statue is dope. Dirk deserves it. It's an iconic, it is his iconic shot, and it's just great to see, right? It's a good thing, and I'm happy to see that. And as for the game itself, the Lakers, started this game pretty good. They were pretty solid in that first half. But that third quarter came, they got 50 hung on them. They lost that quarter, the third quarter, 51-21, which is, yeah, not ideal to say the least. And yeah, it was just nasty stuff to watch, man. This Lakers team is so nasty. LeBron, 38.6 rebounds, 5 assists. He was great, but what can you do? And the irony, right, Austin Reeves were, scoring off the bench, but man, the defense was nasty. And yeah, the bench points, they won the bench points 45-14, and it was still felt like the bench was the reason they lost, right? So I don't know, man, it's just nasty with the Lakers. Let's talk about the Mavs a bit, because they get a good game from their starting lineup. Tim Hardaway, Christian Wood, and Luka Doncic all were sensational. You got 32 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists from Luka, 9 of 16 from the field, 12 of 16 from the free throw line, some great stuff from him. him. Christian Wood was sensational in the starting role. 30 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, 12 of 17 from the field. And Timmy Hardaway himself was pretty great. 26 points, 6 rebounds, 6 of 14 from the 3, 10 of 19 from the field. Just these 3 played sensationally. You get Reggie Bullock hitting the over, which is a Christmas miracle, right? And this was the game because they didn't get anything from the bench, like I said, but the starting lineup was just that much better. They played a lot of minutes, and they were able to win against this Lakers team. Next, we head to Boston as the Celtics blow out the Bucks, and that first half was special, right? The energy in that building, the game itself, the intensity was really great. One of the better games tonight we got, and yeah, man, that energy was special. That energy was special. But in that second half, the Bucks just weren't great. Their defense wasn't great. Their offense was okay, but the defense was just, they couldn't stop Boston do anything, and it was nasty. Then the Celtics, they had less fast break points than the Celtics. They had less bench points, more turnovers. They lost that third quarter 25-38, and it was basically over after that. They had few, how do you say it, like attempts at a comeback, but it was never even really got close in that fourth quarter. The Celtics got it done, and another rough game for the Bucks, who are 7-6 in this December. They have not been great. They've been middle of the pack in everything. They've been like 13th best defense, 18th best offense, somewhere right in the middle in net rating, I think. Yeah, the December has not been kind to them. We'll see how they end the December, what note they end December on, as they still play the Timberwolves and somebody else. I think it's who it is though. I'm not. They played 2 games to end December. We'll see how they end. I'll make a video about them about their December if they continue to struggle. But yeah, it's not been great for Milwaukee. Giannis just 27-9, 3 on 9 of 22. You got Jrue Holiday with 23, 6 and 7, which was great, but the defense, like I said, was just horrible. Brook Lopez was solid in his minutes, but he's played just 32 minutes. Bobby Portis was nasty, and that punch, not the punch, but like the punch attempt was weird as hell. But yeah, I don't know, Bucks kinda rusty, but the Celtics, they get a great win. Jason Tatum with 41, 7 and 5 outplays Giannis, settles himself right up there with the MVPs. Giannis has been kind of falling off. Jokic has to be there, Embiid has to be there, but JT himself is right up there. Jaylen Brown was great with 29 points, 11 of 19 from the field, and it felt like they couldn't miss, but they made just 19 threes. They shot 59% from the field and 49% from the 3-point line. So yeah, they were kind of on fire, right? And everyone showed up. They blow them out and get a great win. Then we head to the Bay Area as the Warriors give me finally something to cheer about, as they blow out the Grizzlies at home and they play the best game of the season, best moments of the season. What a good win, man. And let's start with the Grizzlies first, right? Everything went kind of wrong for them. Ja, he had his signature shoes. He gets blown out in his first game in them, but he balled out 36, 7 and 8. But, it was still a rough night for everyone on Memphis after all the talking, and their beat writers are being weird, and I don't want to even talk about it, because man, if I speak, I'll be in trouble, I suppose. But we all know I dislike Dillon Brooks. He was bad tonight and he got clowned. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I just loved every second of it. It was so beautiful to me. It warmed my heart. It filled my heart with pure love and joy. Then you had Jaren Jackson, who once again in foul trouble, and the refs were bad on both sides, but Jaren Jackson just has to, take more accountability and just stop fouling like a dumbass. That's as simple as you can put it, right? And well, probably, you should leave him in with 5 fouls anyway, because, he's gonna play 21 minutes a night and what is that for, right? Just leave him in until he fouls out if he's already at 5 fouls in the third quarter. And what more you got to lose there, right? If he fouls out, he fouls out. But no point in not playing him, in my opinion. And Desmond Bane struggled with 9 points, fell off 2 of 13 from the field, but he has to get his legs back under him, which is, more than reasonable, as he has been out for a long time. And John Conchar played 20 minutes at 0 points. That's pretty rough, right? The bench otherwise was okay scoring wise, but they got torched on defense and they just couldn't keep up tonight. And I'm so happy that happened, because my Warriors finally give me a great win, the signature win of the season, and everyone balled out pretty much. Clay still shot the ball way too much, and some dumb shots were in there, but 24, 9 and 4, played great defense, which is the most important thing. And Jordan Poole was solid. He got ejected, 32 points on the night for him, even though it was not as great, but still felt great. Draymond with the signature game, the signature Draymond Green stat line with 3 points, 13 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Shout out Dre, great game from him. Then James Wiseman had his best probably stint as a Warrior with 5 rebounds, and that's it. And that's all he needed to do. He played great defense. He didn't overdo anything. He played his role and he played great, which I'm happy for Big Jim. And every young guy balled out. Moses Moody in his minutes was 4 of 7, 10 points. You got Jonathan Kuminga with 7, 4 and 3, even though those turnovers were nasty. Still a good game for him. And he played great defense. Ty Jerome was the man. Ty Jerome basically won this game for the Warriors in that third quarter where he went on a run by himself, essentially, when it was close. It was like a 3-point game. Shout out to Ty Jerome, man. What a game from him. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6 of 9 from the field. And just overall a feel-good win for the Warriors. They have a great homestand. Hopefully they build up on this and they can get Steph back with a much better record than expected. And last but not least, the best game of the night neutrally, as the Nuggets win at home in overtime against the Suns. And as we start with the Suns, Devin Booker played 4 minutes, re-aggravated his injury and had to leave the game. Didn't return to play the game. So that's just rough. I'm not sure if he rushed back just because he wanted to play on Christmas or it was just unlucky, but really shame. I want to see Devin Booker healthy because he's one of the players that I actually like on the Suns, so it's kind of rough to watch without him. And yeah, the Suns weren't great otherwise, even though the bench was solid. You got Landry Shamet and Damian Lee combining for 49 points, for God's sake. Landry Shamet had back-to-back 30-point games. He had 31 points, 7 threes, 10 of 20 from the field. What a great game from him overall. But it was just not enough, as the starters weren't great. You got Chris Paul, 6 of 17, 17 points. He was still passing the ball really well, 16 assists, 0 turnovers, which is of course incredible. But I don't know, I didn't feel the impact as much as you would like it to be. Torrey Craig, Michael Bridges and DeAndre Ayton just weren't great overall. And the bench was solid, like I said, as Denver has no bench and had no bench play today, but they still got it done, as Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon were great, Jamal Murray was great except for those weird shots and odd shots at the end of that fourth quarter. Even though he was hot, he had 14 points in that fourth quarter, it was still weird, still bad shots, and just a weird offense overall. Shout out to Aaron Gordon for that dunk, man, that was special, and he has been really great this season. He's been so good this season. 28, 13 and 2 on the night, 11 of 18 from the field, and Nikola Jokic, man, 41, 15 and 15. And he makes it look so easy. Maybe that is, a world where he repeats as the MVP. And we might be living in it right now. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. It's a long season still, but shout out to Jokic, man. Special player. And the Nuggets stayed the number 1 seed and, looking great. And that kind of wraps up the Christmas Day recap for tonight, right? We had a lot of entertainment, but the games itself were kind of meh more. But the entertainment value was good. The last 2 games were great for me, especially. So for me, those were 2 great games. The Bucks Celtics was a good game still, and the first 2 games were kind of a wash. But hey, I would say overall still a good night for the NBA, a good Christmas Day. Not the best, not the worst. It was okay, probably neutrally, but for me it was a good one to great one because the Warriors made me so happy, right? But I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts, how you felt about this Christmas Day. But as for tomorrow, we continue. We get right back to it with the Cavs against the Nets, which probably would have been a great, Christmas matchup. But we get it tomorrow. The Nets hot streak. The Cavs, after a rough loss at home, they have been great at home. Should be a great one. You got the Timberwolves against the Heat. That should be a good mid-off. Pacers Pelicans should be a good one. And you got Portland playing, Utah playing. You got the Bulls against the Rockets. That's nasty matchup. Clippers are playing, so some good matchups, some mech matchups, but we all know the mech matchups turn into pretty fun matchups anyway most of the time because the league has been competitive like that, and we'll get some upsets probably. I'll be here to cover it as always tomorrow with another box score watching episode.